Now the ruler in your document is very useful. If you haven't seen some of the earlier training items where we did work with the ruler, I want to make sure that we cover what you need to know about the ruler. When you're clicked on a page, you're going to see typically two rulers. There'll be one across the top, and this gray area here, that's the margin, meaning it's not allowing you to type in that area, typically put things in that area. If you do, it's outside the margin and potential not to be printed. The white looking part of the ruler here is area that you can add things to the content of your document. And then again, the gray part. Now that's going across the top of the document here. On the left-hand side, by the way, if you don't see that there, usually you'll have to click in the document to make that show. Again, showing the margin from the top to the first part there. You can see there, top margin. And then this is all open until you get towards the bottom here, and then you'll have your bottom margin as well. So it's going across, and then I'm not going to move it, but I'm left click and hold on it. It'll show that to you. So whenever you click on these, just hold them down. You're basically looking at, what it's supposed to line up to as margins. Now, sometimes you go into a document and those aren't there, so I want to make sure you know how to get to the ruler. It's on the View tab under Show. In the Show group, the first item is Ruler. Take that off. Some people prefer that. They're not really concerned about seeing that every time, or they don't need to work with it. They've set it up. We're just ready to go and start creating. So you don't have to show it. We're in the print layout view. You'll see that. One area that you don't typically see a ruler anyway is the read mode. Let me just quickly jump into it. There we go. It's designed obviously just to go read through it. So down at the bottom here, I'm going to click on print layout again. And I still don't have the ruler because I haven't turned it on. If I go to web layout, same thing. Now this is showing heavily left to right how it would look on a web page, those kinds of things, but I can always add that ruler. Okay. Now the ruler itself allows you to set, by dragging indents here. We've been using it for that before. It shows you where the edge of the margin is, and you can move this here as well. In some of your later sessions, we'll go over more of the what you can do on this ruler, like setting alignment guides and so forth. So we'll do that next. But this is very useful, especially when you get into columns. You can see where the spacing is going to be. If you've got two pages running across the page, you're going to see where you're able to put information where you're not. So it's a good way to really understand how things are laid out in your document. Notice in web layout, I don't get the left-hand side or the right-hand side ruler. I'm only going to get that when I'm in print layout to be able to see the margins in the ruler as it goes down the page. So the ruler is very useful, but you can turn it off when you don't need that. That's on the View tab, Show Group, and you'll see Ruler.